Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna jump right into it. Try to make this as easy as possible to understand. Basically, it's a lot of luck, but it should, in theory, be a faster, easier way for you to find all the crime scenes you need to get your service rifle parts. First thing I'm doing, as you can see on the map, I'm just marking all the known locations with a point of interest marker. And then, as you'll see later, basically I'm going to pick two, maybe sometimes three, and I'm going to pretty much just circulate between those few spots over and over and over. And the way I'm going to do this, as you'll see later in the video, is I'm basically just going to jump public lobby to public lobby to public lobby. And that's because it's been discovered, spoken about in other videos, whatever you want to say. Basically, from what I understood, the way it works is the random events run off the host timer, whoever's essentially the lobby host. So basically, we're just going to try to put ourselves between a couple easy to get to, close together multiple spots, so that we can jump public lobbies and hope that whatever lobby we're in, the host timer has run up for the time cycle for the crime scenes to spawn, and then hope also that they haven't done it yet, or that there's not somebody there, or that we can just grab it and go. So we'll jump right into it. Also, you'll see I get kind of lucky with the first spot. It just kind of happens. There's already somebody right there too that doesn't even notice. But I did already have one piece from days and days before this video was made. I was going to do one long continuous clip, but it was almost 90 minutes long.
Something else has come up. Can you please come back to my office?
Didn't really feel like putting anybody through that. You will see there will be some other things that I'll also explain coming up as we're going through all this as well. But as you can see, here's a spot down here by the mercenary docks, and gonna get my second piece.
No trespassing. You trying to start something? This area is off limits. Let's go already.
Now, at first, you'll see me coming in and out of some weird spots. I was trying to find a happy medium between two of the locations, so that when I did switch lobbies and change my spawn point to last location, which is a big important thing I forgot to mention earlier, you're going to want to change your spawn location to last location. And try to put yourself at least close to one spot, or like I did, if you want to try to speed up things or try to increase your chances of finding it in one go, I would almost go exactly where I went, unless there's another spot. I just happen to be over here. These two spots are down the same road, straight line from one to the other, and I can park just about anywhere in the middle to switch lobbies and be in a good spot. But as you can see, it's a little bit tedious. It's a lot of driving back and forth, but it beats waiting days to do it or just letting it happen on its own. Because I think at this point we all know how the random event spawns are not the greatest. And while we're watching this, all this unfold, me finding my parts slowly but surely, I will say there is a pretty decent amount of luck involved. When I did this, it was later at night. There were a lot of people on. It was easy for me to find fairly full lobbies, or most like halfway full lobbies, where people were either busy doing their own work or minding their own business to really be doing public events. Or not public events, I'm sorry. The random events, like the crime scenes and such. And speaking of the random event spawning and timers and all that fun business, just random chance, I don't know if it's true or not. It kind of seems like this whole method worked for almost every random event that I could find. I had one of the drug deals show up. I had the smuggler plane show up a couple times. I think only once made it into the video, just so I could show that it also made that show up a couple times. A couple import-export vehicles popped up in some spots as I was going around. So this method, jumping public lobbies for a host with a timer that's run up and they haven't done the event, seems to work for just about everything. Couldn't help myself. Starting to get bored with all the back and forth. Had to start cycling through some vehicles and have some fun messing around with some other stuff. This car is pretty slow, but anybody that's been playing a long time or watches all the rare vehicle spawn videos knows that the mariachi car is one of a kind. And in the past, you know, especially for people like me that have played this game since online came out, and obviously you know the story before, but speaking of online and the rare vehicles that spawn, I've had this car for a very, very, very long time, and you used to not really be able to do any upgrades on it, but there's recently also been a change with that. Unless it's been patched in some way or fixed, you can now take some of the vehicles that you couldn't really fix up before, like my mariachi car, into your mobile operations center and do a few upgrades that way. I will say, aside from the point of this video, if you choose to do that, it does seem like some of the upgrades that you install, like for speed and things like that, handling, it does seem like they kind of don't register that they're on there.
You'll have a minute.
And back to what's happening in the video, as you saw, somebody was already here, killed me, and I wasn't sure. I mean, it could be assumed that if they grabbed it, it would be gone, but since this crime scene location dot was still showing up on my map and search area indicator was still down here, I decided to see if they could get it and I could get it. I mean, I knew better than to think that I could, but I still wanted to try, and also just to show that you for sure can't. So you want to, it's definitely a lot of luck. You're trying to make sure somebody else hasn't gotten it or isn't already right there when you're coming up on it. And at this point, for anybody that's late to the video or that skipped ahead, GTA 5 online, of course, doing a hunt for the crime scenes, trying to force spawn them in if we can. complete our service rifle parts and unlock the service rifle. This method I heard about online. You know, I'm sure there's several other videos out there already. I just was already in the process of doing it and thought, hey, you know what, I'd share it, make my own video, try to make it as easy as I could to understand. Basically, we're just lobby hopping, public lobbies. You want to do it in a public lobby, otherwise you're going to be waiting on your own timer, and if you're jumping lobbies, I'm pretty sure that timer resets for the random event that you need for the crime scene to spawn. So you're going to jump public lobbies. Big key thing, change your last spawn location to last location. Earlier in the video, I marked all the locations on the map where the crime scenes can spawn with a point of interest. Chose 2 or 3, and then I'm basically just ping-ponging, bouncing back and forth, as you can see in the video. Switch lobbies, check the spots. If it's there, grab it. Go a little bit down the street, park, change lobbies. You know, load into my last location, rinse and repeat. Do the same thing. If it's not there, same thing. Just load into a new lobby, last location, go check your spots. Like I said, I did a couple spots because I figured, in theory, doing more than one spot at a time, if I can get the 2 pretty close together, make it quicker. And it did seem to work out that way. It seemed like it was much faster. But that being said, as you can see, I did get it eventually. It took me about an hour and a half, not including the first part that I'd already gotten days before. And here you can see I'm going to show it off a little bit before I fix it up, and then we're going to go into ammunition and fix it up. So far, what I have done gameplay wise while using this gun, I do really enjoy it. I have used it quite a bit since I unlocked it. This video is a little old. I put off releasing it, and then it was taking a long time since it was an hour and a half long. But I do appreciate everybody watching. Stick around to the end. You see it get modded out, see how it handles then. Quickly becoming one of my favorite guns in the game. It's very good. I like it a lot. But thanks again everybody for watching. If this was helpful, amusing in any way, or you just want to help me out, you know, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, say hey in the comments, give me some feedback, ask me some questions, game suggestions. I'm open to pretty much anything. I'm trying to expand a little bit and just kind of doing my thing. Mostly racing games, first-person shooters, open world, doesn't really matter. But thanks for hanging out with me. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you everyone again soon, hopefully.